Hey y'all, sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, so we're live. Thank y'all for being patient. I have to do a couple of things. Um, yeah. So we're gonna be talking about don't let them waste your time. So some of y'all be letting a lot of people waste your time, and you're not gaining anything from it, but questioning your own value. So today we're gonna be talking about people that waste your time, people that make you question your own value, people that make you doubt yourself, but you keep letting them back in your life and you keep chasing them. So this is for those ladies out there who need to understand that if people are going to waste your time, they don't respect you. They don't even like you if they're just there to waste your time. And y'all know the people, the type of men, especially that are there to waste your time. They don't want to do nothing for you, don't want to add nothing to you. They don't want to spend money on you. They're there to waste your time, literally. Okay. They're not marriage minded. They don't even want a commitment in a relationship. They're not trying to spend no money. They just want to be there to see what you're going to give them for free. Those are time wasters. Okay. And y'all know the ones I'm talking about. The kind that a lot of y'all keep asking me questions about, and the kind that I roll my eyes at. Okay. If they're not spending, they don't need to be there. Okay. They're not spending. They don't need to be there. Period. Okay. So that's number one. If they're not talking about anything that's beneficial to you now or in the long run, they don't need to be there. Time wasters. Okay. And they're there to waste your time on purpose so that you aren't spending that energy and time on yourself to better yourself, to attract better, that, and the type of people that aren't going to waste your time. They're just distractions. They're in the way, and they need to be removed as quickly as possible from your presence. And that's why I'm trying to make this video, because some of y'all be entertaining them way too long. Okay. Missing out on better opportunities. You got your Cartier, old man need young women. Okay, Chelly, I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, ma'am. Well, I am so glad you got your Cartier from an older man. Score. Wonderful. Congrats. Okay. Next. On to the next, or keep collecting. Exactly. Okay. All right. So time wasters are not to be entertained, but for a second. You got a second to waste. If they don't get it by date 1 and 2, they're literally time wasters. And because especially if they're old men know why they're there. They understand the reason that a young woman would even deal with them, that it's only about their money. So if they're acting like they don't understand that and you're too silly and scared to talk about it, you're wasting your own time. Okay. So you're young, you're beautiful, and some old man is sitting across the table from you chewing food. He already know he's got to come off some money sooner or later. So better sooner rather than later, because they're still trying to impress you. Like Miss Chelly got her Cartier. Old men know why they're there. They're not there for the same reason a young man is. Okay? But if you don't know your own value and your own worth, they will also waste your time if you don't speak up about it. Okay? You know why they're there. And it's okay to tell somebody, especially when they're old, like, oh, you only want me for my money. It's like, well, if I wanted to date someone that wasn't going to do anything for me, I'd date someone younger than me or my own age. Okay? Like, I don't need to be sitting here with somebody's grandpa. Literally. If you clock them like that, they'll reassess the whole situation, because some of these guys don't know that they old. You got to remind them. Thoughts on a man who sent you $75 then a $50 card? Seems sporadic. Girl, I don't know. They sound like re-gifts, or what the best he can do with his little credit card limit. Just take it, call him gas money. All right. Save him under gas money, because that's all he's sending you. All right. So, but at least he's sending you something. Gas money. That's gas money, ma'am. All right. Save his number under gas money. That's all he's trying to do. So these old men, The best way to break it to them, you can do it nicely. Like when he starts acting like he ain't old, ask him if he got grandkids. He starts talking about money and you only want money. It's like, oh, you're right. I don't want to take away from your grandkids. You're right. I might need to find somebody that's a little bit more well off by your age. You must have not saved enough in your youth. Know what I'm saying? So you can do it nicely, nice, nasty. You're like, you know what? You're so right. I don't want to take anything away from you or your grandchildren. Oh, maybe we should just be friends. Freestyling a cute restaurant in a nice area advice. Yeah, look cute. Don't look desperate. Don't give off any desperate energy. Sit at the bar, look cute, drink your drink, eat your food, dilly dally. All right. No desperate energy. Be a regular if you're gonna go there. Become a regular. That way, other regulars will recognize you and they eventually want to befriend you. Okay. When men approach you, you ask them to buy you a drink. Good for you, man. That's what it is. If they're approaching with nothing in their hand, they better buy something quick. So, yeah, you got to remind them of the things that they understand that make them have to reach in that pocket. And you don't want time wasters, especially young ones. Young men will waste your time too, definitely, because they're not in a rush to do anything except for get into bed and roll around. So if they're not in a rush to pay your bills, if they're not in a rush to do what you want them to do for you, then they shouldn't be in a rush to get you in no bed. Okay? Just think about it that way. So many women are trained to be extra nice, considerate, don't want to hurt people's feelings, that they will let somebody walk all over them like a doormat and feel guilty about it later for not, for resisting being a doormat when you should have been reminding them of who you are the whole time and not allowing them to waste your time. Okay? And a lot of guys understand this now, and a lot of guys are coming around. They're coming around. They're getting their money up. A lot of guys are getting their money up. A lot of guys are dating properly now. And I'm not, because there is hope. There's always hope. They already know what it is. They already know. Their counterparts have messed up so bad that they're going to have to make up for it. Or they themselves messed up so bad in their past with their past relationships. Now they got to make up for it when they deal with the women of today, as they call modern women, or women that have common sense now. When they call you a modern woman, it just means you're not falling for the okie doke anymore that the old generation used to fall for. Okay? They know that you know your value and they can't be tricked easily. So they better come with some money. All right? All right. So therefore, if someone tries to insult you or give you a backhanded compliment like, oh, I thought you were independent, or da da da, it's like, I am independent. But if I'm going to be in the presence of a grown, able-bodied man, I want to rest. Am I feminine? Are you a grown, able-bodied man? Are you in your feminine? Do we have to rest together? Do we need to go bring in another man? So you can rest in your feminine too, sir? Okay then. Man up. Heck. So yeah, you can answer that way. You can answer in a nicer way. I thought you were independent. Yeah, I was independent. And I figured when I felt like resting in my feminine, I could find me a strong masculine man like you. Hint, hint, pay, fool. All right. Okay, so I was scrolling through TikTok as usual sometimes, and I saw these two men arguing about what woman should do, and they all look so gay under a masculine guise. I'm like, oh my gosh, can't people see through this? These guys are gay, literally. They're literally gay, and not in a way that I'm saying that gay is bad. I'm trying to say these men are sassy. They have learned the neck movement and they claim to be straight. How are you going to be up here talking about women with all this masculine guys on, but the sassiness just keeps coming through? I don't understand. I saw it a mile away. I'm like, this is sass. What feminine woman is attracted to a sassy man, no matter what he got on, no matter how deep his voice is? If his neck is moving and his sass is stronger than yours, man, no. Some of these men out here, you can tell they're learning from women. And it's literally not translating into masculine. It's only translating right back into feminine. So these men out here with these little podcasts and shows are straight up sass, super sassy. And they're more sassy than my teenage daughters. Okay, I couldn't handle it. I had to turn, like, why is this gay man up here talking about this stuff, talking about what he want a woman to do? All you want a woman to do is teach you how to dress better, because what you had on was terrible anyway. You know what I'm saying? Or you need another gay man to help you with your fashion, because that is not your forte. So, yeah, some of these dudes out here are super sassy. Ugh, I don't even know how y'all deal with it. I'd be like, sir, you sure you on the right place? I ain't see no rainbow flag. You sure you coming to the right place? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, you straight? You sure you ain't bi? That's what they looking and acting like. And I don't, you know what? If you're gonna claim to be straight, you better act like it, and nobody be able to clock you, because women are, especially smart women, they can clock sass a mile away. You can't be sassy, okay? You just can't be sassy. And those are time wasters too, sassy men. If they have something to combat everything you say as to why it shouldn't be that way, they're sassy, get rid of them. They don't have what it takes. They're negotiating in a certain way. They may use the power of suggestion to say, it's like, well, don't you think it would be better if two people built together? I said, no, I really don't. If you're a grown, able-bodied man, you should already have something built before you bring me into the mix. Maybe you're a little too early. Come back when stuff is built. Come back when your bank account is built up. You came too early. Goodbye. That's literally it. Like, you don't have to negotiate with these dudes because they're trying to make you feel guilty for wanting them to pay for everything. They're a man. Okay. Guarantee you, if you look too good for them and you were way better than them, they wouldn't be asking you to pay for nothing. You were 100% out of their league. That's why you should only deal with men that like you 10 times more. Because some of these men start getting sassy and thinking you owe them something. They sure do. So don't let people waste your time. Don't let sassy men waste your time. Don't let old men waste your time. If they're not paying, they're not staying. Period. They're literally not. They can go talk to their mama, their sister, they pick Misha, whoever will listen to them and give them the time of day. But they don't need to be wasting any more of your time, because literally they're standing in the way of someone else who wants to improve your life. And the longer you entertain dust and time wasters, the longer you're going to have to wait to find somebody that's going to be a provider. Okay. I've learned that throughout my entire, years of dating before I, met a provider. That men will literally waste your time on purpose just because they can and you're dumb enough to let them. All right. If you're dumb enough to let a man waste your time, you can't even blame them. They're not paying, they're not staying, baby. They can admire you from afar, coulda, shoulda, woulda. They can circle the block and pay that re-entry fee. But if they're not paying, they're not staying, darling. And that needs to be the motto, because a lot of y'all be asking me questions like, what if they do everything except for pay? Well, then they don't stay. All right. They do everything except for pay. That means they'll do everything but get some money. And do you really want that? No, you don't. You can't brag on that. People are going around the circle bragging about, oh, my man bought me this. My man paid for that. My man bought us a house. You going around saying, my man makes the bed. What? Which one does not fit? Get money, man. Make sure he has money before you even deal with a grown man. You said everything except for pay. Exactly. Wasting time. That's everything except for paying their waste of time. And remember, ladies, when y'all are with Dusties and men that y'all have to reach in your purse around and your kids see that, they're gonna learn your pick-me-sha ways. And they're gonna run into men that's gonna also ask them to reach into their purses. And they're gonna think it's okay. So y'all need to be better examples also by who you date, what you're doing in your marriage, your relationship. Don't reach in that purse, ma'am. As soon as you reach in that purse and one of your kids see, it's, that's what you're teaching them. You're 33, he's 53, he spent money, says will pay bills, but is argumentative. It's annoying. How do I deal with his constant negativity? Da, da, da. Is it even worth it? Just ask him if he got grandkids yet, ma'am. Like, do you have grandkids yet? Like, keep reminding him of his age, because he's about to hit, or he's already up. Either he's about to hit his midlife crisis or he's already hit it. So you need to start looking a little bit younger and start dressing slightly younger to remind him that he's old, and then ask him if he has grandkids. He probably got kids somewhere. Just like, how's your children? Are they grown? Like, how are your grown children? How are your grandkids? You need to start asking him about questions like that. You need to ask him stuff that makes him feel old. And whenever he starts arguing with you, just say, that's the old way of thinking. You got to keep reminding him about his age so that he remembers why he's with you. Okay? So keep throwing that age up in his face in a nice way. Ike says, B. Warren sass dust is moist. Swiffer doesn't work for sassy dust. Need a squeegee. Okay, Ike. Thank you, Ike. Sprinkle. I appreciate that. That's very generous. Yes. Ike Uji Main. Ogie Main. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's not the other Dusty Ike. Thank you. Yes, Dusty, sassy. Yeah, you definitely need a squeegee. But yeah, some of these guys out here moving their neck, sassing everybody, talking about they want a woman to do A, B, C, and D. You sure you don't mean a man? Okay, because that's why I could never listen to me. That's why I could never go on one of them podcasts with them dudes. So I would be questioning their sexuality the whole time. And like, you sure you don't want a man? You sure? That's what it sounds like, I'll be having an Oprah moment when they go on an interview on Oprah and then they confess some stuff they didn't come on there to confess. I'm like, you can come on out. It's okay to have a box of tissues in there waiting. That would be literally me. That's why I can't do it. You sure you don't want to come out the closet? Something happened to you that hurt you this way? You know how they're always trying to ask who hurt you? Like, now who hurt you? Okay. Why are you still in the closet? That would literally be me. I can't. That's why I don't even do it, because those will be my questions to them. You said I'm gonna help them come out. They got to do that in their own time. I'm not trying to force people out the closet. They ain't ready yet. Their mama probably was calling them all kind of names when they were growing up, and they don't want to prove her right. Who knows? I'm not getting into that. Sprinkle. Yeah. What do you do if he says he's too busy? It's like, oh, no problem. Just let me know when you're free. That means you have other options. And he could circle back around when he feel like it. As long as he got some money and somewhere nice to take you. It's like, oh, no, don't worry, man. Just let me know when you're free. Like, quickly dismiss him as if you have other people waiting. Okay? It's like, oh, I'm too busy. It's like, oh, no worries. Just, let me know when you're done. Let me know whenever. And then if he calls you the same day or too early or trying to do something the same exact day, tell him you already got plans. Oh, you know what? I already made plans. You should have called 2 days ago. Bye. You know I'm busy. I'm busy too. Shoot. I guess we both busy. Y'all want to join the Patreon? Let me link it right here in the live comments. Join my Patreon tier 2 and up, and you can definitely message me and I'll message you back. I just finished messaging the people that wrote me before I went live. So if you are on my Patreon, I did just answer your messages. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And your questions, of course. Thank you. You said she couldn't even think of anything. I'm weak. Think of anything? What do you mean? Shira will be an undercover detective for those dust casts. Yeah, I can't even get on them. That's too much sports gear. Ain't nobody playing sports. Too much junior high school athletic wear for me. Like, where are the men? Where are the suits, the ties? You know what I'm saying? How to keep long-term sugar daddy interested. Already found a new one, but want to keep the old one too. Okay, look good, ma'am. Ask him how his day was. Ask him how he's feeling. Tell him you missed him. Tell him you had a dream about him. You know, lie. You know, how's your day? I miss you so much. I have a dream. I had a dream about you last night. Yes, right. How are you getting in my dreams? Must be really falling for you. Lie. Then he's gonna be like, oh, what was the dream about? Oh my gosh, I dreamt that you were wearing, and then like describe an outfit, and then say you dreamt he was taking you shopping, girl. A dream we were at this store, like really expensive stores with beautiful like dresses, and you were telling me to try them on. Girl, make it work. I have a good imagination. I'll keep anybody impressed with my antics. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll come up with something grand. Y'all need to work on y'all imagination skills. Okay. Be creative. Pretend you're a writer. Write your script. Make sure it's good. You said we outside? I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yup. You said lying is easy. Being creative is very easy if you're creative. Okay. You said, oh my God, as a gay man with sports gear, comment, hit too close. I'm done, by the way, here because I find your advice applicable for dealing with men. Thank you, Shira. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Draco. Yeah, I'm talking about those men who not out the closet, you know. The ones that are mad at women they can't afford, but Pick Misha is all up in their DMs begging to house them, but they don't want nothing to do with her because they want a better looking beard. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle, sprinkle. What do I do if he already spent 1,000? Is that 1,000 on dresses to show that he is not greeting? He is 37. I'm 19. He constantly texts me despite my confidence. Okay. Tell him he needs some shoes to go with them dresses. Sprinkle, sprinkles. See how much you finished spending on shoes now. You're 19. Get the money. You don't owe that man nothing but telling him what kind of shoes match them dresses. And a thank you. Thank you so much. I love all the dresses you got me. I have no shoes to wear with them. Now go on a shoe shopping spree. Wonderful. Don't you need shoes to match them dresses, ma'am? All right, then. Go get them. You're 19. The heck? Build your wardrobe, build your shoe collection. When you get smarter, you're going to start building your bank account too with his money. You know what I would do? Since you're only 19, didn't buy you a bunch of shoes, buy some shoes that you don't even like or want to keep, but that are popular and resell them online. They have those like luxury resale shops, and if you sell them new with tags, you can get way more money for them. Start your little Poshmark. Sell them to the real. I don't know, but that's what I'd be doing at your age. Getting some extras to sell. All right. Get you some shoes, ma'am. All right. And if you already got some shoes, get some purses and do the same thing. Sell them. Get some extras. Why? Because you can. You're 19. Shoot. Take advantage of it. What brow pencil? Girl, it's linked in the first link on the description bar, but it's a micro brow pencil. I think it's NYX micro brow. Sure. All right. What do you think of men that want to just invest on your career or studies or make you better, but not clothes or other gifts? Get another man to do that one for you, man. Use him to pay your tuition and buy your books, and get another one to buy them clothes. You got one for school clothes, got one for tuition and books, man. Have one for each thing that you need. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. When he worried about how you getting them clothes, say, well, I need books and clothes, baby. Not just one thing. I'm gonna go to school looking crazy. Nope. Get two. Get you one for school clothes too. Y'all know how to do it. Remember, if he's doing all that for you, another man will simply buy you clothes. If you can't get it out of him, get a credit card out of him and tell him it's for school stuff, and then go buy yourself some clothes and say school clothes. There you go. And you probably in college. You probably already got a business started, and say business clothes, business attire. If not, get somebody else to do it. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the deal. Can't make one man do everything if you don't want to do everything. He's telling you right then and there, I'm only doing A, B, C, and D for you, not the rest. He's telling you he is not doing the rest, so find somebody else to do the rest, okay? He knows you ain't finna go without, so just don't give him any hints and clues of what you about to go do, and just go do it. Come back with some nice clothes. Sprinkle. All right. Somebody said business casual. Exactly. They don't want to do it. Another man will. And they already know that. They just don't want to do it. So give someone else that opportunity. Okay. Why should you let another man miss out on helping you doing what you need them to do? If the opportunity presents itself and the problem isn't solved by the current man that you're with, it can be solved by another man that wants to be with you. Get it? Sprinkle. Stop letting your partial provider keep you from possibly a full provider or another partial provider till you find a full one. Okay? That is the game. When men only want to buy you certain things and not give you what you want and need, they make room for another man to come in. Okay? They make room for another man to enter into that situation because they are lacking. So those type of men think they're controlling something when they're not controlling a thing. They're just leaving your options way open to accept more from other people. Okay? For real. Anyway. And we don't need to be letting partial providers waste our time either if they're not going to give us everything we want. We need to go ahead and get it elsewhere. And they don't have to know where it came from either. You can lie. Tell them you got a student loan, a grant, or whatever. or a business loan or whatever it is that he was asking, that you were asking for. Some business clothes. Like, oh, I applied for this charity that gives women business clothes. Just lie. He's going to feel real stupid you out here applying for charities to give women clothes because he can't do it for you. Going to feel inadequate as a man. Uh-huh. There. Got my powder on. Yes, yes. I gotta do my blush. What blush do I want today? Maybe something lighter. How to keep yourself safe asking him for money in case he gets mad and want revenge. Why would a man want revenge if you ask him for money? If they want you. Listen to me very carefully. A man gives you money because he wants to. Because he wants to impress you. If you're over there begging for money and that man don't like you, and it's tit for tat, and you're too close to his same age, that's going to happen. So only ask men that have a lot of money, that aren't close to your age, because they're less likely to want their $20 back. You know what I'm saying? Deal with grown, able-bodied men that have real money. You won't have to worry about that. Right? Sprinkle. Because when these men have a lot of money, they don't miss it. They don't care that they gave you this much money because they're earning it right back probably the same exact time that they're spending it. You know, when you're messing with broke men, then you got to worry because they're serious about their money. Why? Because it's not coming in like a rich man's money. They got to actually go clock in, work for it, get taxes taken out of it, wait 2 weeks to get it, man. Are they business owners? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they wealthy? You said, paying my tithes. Thank you, Smiley TV. Appreciate you. You want to leave a lady of the night industry, please help. Then get you a sugar daddy. Sprinkle. And don't tell her what you do. Get you an old man that's shaking with spots on his face and act interested. Okay? Sprinkle. Then when he dies, make sure you're on the will. You're married, a rich man asked for your number. He told me he's married, but we can still be friends. I gave him in my number. Now what should I do? Be friends. Sprinkle. Okay, maybe your friend will take you shopping. Wonderful. Okay. Maybe your friend will pay some of your bills. Maybe your friend will buy you a nice gift. Who knows? But have fun. He invested so much in your career to the point that he helped you build your company and sell it. Now I have my own money thanks to him. Should I keep him? He just wants to invest on me, but I'm not romantic. But it's not the romantic boyfriend. Okay. Keep him as long as you need him, baby. You can have two. Just tell him with my new business that you helped me build, I'm so busy, I'm not going to have enough time. And do what these men do. Go have another one on the side. All right. When you sick and tired of them, when you had enough, politely dismiss him or make sure you demand something out of him that he can't give you and that he'll just have to let you go. You know? Sprinkle. That's what these men be doing. Keep them until you don't want them. And maybe he'll figure out what it is that you need in the relationship. Maybe he'll become more romantic if you tell him that that's what you like. But if he just can't, then, it's better to be friends and still collect his money. Okay. Get a car. Y'all keep asking me if you don't have a car. Get one. Find somebody to get you a little A to B car. Then upgrade the car when you meet the rich man. Okay. You can get any type of car just as long as you get you where you need to go. And then have them upgrade your vehicle if you want something better. You need to get transportation, especially if you live somewhere where you got to drive. Okay, priorities. Men treat you like you treat yourself. If you already have a car, they can upgrade it. If you don't have a car, they think you're a loser. Especially if you live in a town where you need a car. Okay? And nobody wants to date a loser. So at least have a car. Have your stuff together. And when I say loser, I mean someone that don't even know what to do with money, someone that's stupid with money, someone that don't have the discipline to save up something. Nobody wants that. If you're very, very young and you haven't gotten your first car yet at all, that might be something. But if you're a certain age, you should be driving already. Yeah, that says a lot about you. Oh, Russell in the house. Russell Hartley in the house. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Men will definitely upgrade that vehicle. Thank you, Russell. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I know that's right. Russell in the house. Y'all go follow him. He's on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Y'all know Russell. Anyway, thank you. So, he'll upgrade your vehicle, whatever you got. Make sure it can get you where you need to go. You're not going to be begging for Ubers and getting on a bus in heels. Okay. Or borrow your friend's car if you got a friend that got a car. Borrow their car or something. You're 28. He's 45. Better to seem rich. First date tips. What? Better to seem rich. You're 28. He's 45. He's supposed to be richer than you. And he's trying to impress you. He's at the age that he's still trying to impress women. 45 years old. You need to play dumb, stupid, and like he's got more money than you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't wear a bunch of jewelry. Don't wear a bunch of expensive stuff. Dress classy, but don't wear too much stuff so he knows that he can still buy stuff to impress you. All right? Leave your good jewelry at home. If he didn't buy it for you, don't be wearing it. That's it. Okay. Don't wear don't wear a bunch of stuff around him. Let him buy it for you. If he thinks you don't got it, he knows he can take you shopping. He can improve your wardrobe. He can improve your jewelry collection and all those things. Dating an older man that's broke is crazy. Russell, sprinkle. I know that's right. Why are you dating him? If you're dating an old man that's broke and you staying with him and you don't understand the dynamic of the situation. For me, as a woman, I feel like that is an emotional attachment and a higher level of neediness. If you just need someone, don't matter who they are, no matter if they're donating to your future or your money or not, you're gonna stay with them. That makes no sense. So it's like an unhealthy form of attachment. If you can't break away from somebody that's not beneficial to you, that's old enough supposed to be beneficial to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're working backwards. All right. Thank you, Russell. Sprinkle. You said they're there for the wrinkles. Yeah. Why are you still there? A lot of people don't realize that. I had a couple of people in the comments, like on a couple of videos, that tell me the same story. I'm like, girl, why are you stuck with somebody that's old and ain't got no money? That don't make no sense. Unless you on the wheel and he got a good insurance policy, then maybe it might be worth it in the long run. But girl, if he ain't got no money and you're not on the insurance policy or nothing like that, what's up wrong with you? Heavy on the mutually beneficial. Sprinkle. Thank you, Russell. Because being with a younger woman, if you're an old man, is a flex. That's the benefits. Because you could literally be with an older man can be with a woman his own age, but most of the time she's going to look older than him anyway, and not going to have the same, priorities in life. You met a tourist on vacay, said I only date if my needs are met. He wired $5,000. We had 2 boat dates. Nope. No rolling around the mattress. Okay. I said I have fever. Grandma equals perfect exit. You have a fever plus your grandma. Okay, ma'am. Executed perfectly. Thank you, under construction, Sprinkle. You did that. Okay, congratulations. You got 5K, didn't have to roll around on a mattress, and that man got a boat. Score. Don't tell nobody about him. Don't tell nobody his name, girl. Keep him. All right. Remember, if y'all find one like that, don't tell your friends. Keep them a secret, because your friends try to take them. You're like, what's his name? Then they'll go find him online and get run up in them DMs. So don't tell nobody. Just keep them a secret. I'll give him a fake name, girl. Give him a fake name. Tell him his name is Captain Morgan. They'll be on the Instagram, and there'll be a bunch of liquor everywhere. Liquor bottles. Girl, you said Captain Morgan? That's his name? Mm-hmm. Don't tell nobody. I know when some of y'all get these types of sugar daddies or opportunities or these guys, y'all want to tell the world. Shh, don't tell nobody. Keep them as long as you can a secret. You know why? Because as soon as you tell anybody, they're going to go run try to find. I missed your super chat. Hold on. You came across your channel at 30. Is that too old to some men? Is there hope for me? Girl, it's not too old to know 60-year-old. It ain't too old to know 50-year-old either. In fact, older men prefer women in their 30s that are past a certain age because it looks ridiculous when they're with women that are too young, you know? So you're good for 55 and up, man. 50 or 55 and up, you're good. They'll parade you around like a 20-year-old. So remember that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. She said, take it from me, 23, married before my husband. I dated a 48-year-old millionaire who would not spend what I wanted, only bare necessities. I woke up at 21 and said, wait a minute, he's 48, not it. Exactly. If they're not paying, they're not staying, baby. I don't care how rich they are. It's the same thing as dating somebody that don't got it if they're not spending. That's just it. Okay. Bragging rights only go so far. Talk about I'm dating a millionaire. If you ain't got no millionaire in your if you're not a millionaire by the time you finish dating somebody after a couple of years or a couple of months, depending on how much money they're giving you, something wrong with you. Okay. And if they're not generous, it doesn't matter if they're a millionaire or not. Congratulations for them being a millionaire. Now you need to figure out how you can become one with his money. And if he can't, then you don't need to be around him because he's not beneficial to you. Not benefiting. Okay. And you can literally end the relationship in a nice way. It's like, you know what? I really enjoyed my time with you, but I don't think that this relationship is very beneficial on my side. So just going to find something a little bit more beneficial to me. You can be nice, nasty. Basically, you just called him cheap. And that you know your value. And peace out. That's basically what you just told him. I've enjoyed our time together, but this relationship is not very beneficial to me. So I'm just going to, say thank you for the time that we spent, and I must be on my way. That's what you tell him. You left a dusty husband who lost his job. You was a stay-at-home mom. He's trying to shame me for leaving and getting a job, breaking up our family. Okay, well, he's going to shame himself in the process. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because what grown, able-bodied man is going to get up and shame you for out-earning him? He's shaming himself, child. What the heck? He must be gay. You broke, what do we say? You broke up our family because you was tired of sitting around. Basically, what he's saying is that he was a bum. He didn't do nothing about it, so you did. Wonderful. Tell him to cry about it. But it still doesn't affect you. It's like, I did what I had to do. That's what you need to tell people. Say, you did what you had to do. And plus, playing a victim is not a turn on. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You need to tell them that. So, you know what? Playing a victim is not really a turn on. It's making you look even more feminine and worthless as a grown, able-bodied man. No one broke up your family when you decide not to go get extra money or have several streams of income. You took that risk of not being able to afford a family. And so ain't nobody gonna let you drag them down with you. That's what you need to tell them. Say nobody gonna let them drag you down unless they stupid and pick Misha. They'll just go replace you. See, he's probably also mad because he thinks you're gonna replace him too. Especially if you look good. So just laugh at him, girl. And then he can make himself look bad at that point. Anyway, any man crying and sniveling and pointing a finger, they're not impressive. Nobody's going to really look at them the same way anyway. They're not going to have any respect, and they're going to see exactly why you left. Like, oh, nah, no wonder she gone. He's sitting over there crying and pointing a finger. Thank you, Loon. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you. Real men have solutions, and they get up and make things work. Okay? That ain't no real man. Sorry. And some men always say, the pressure of being a man is so hard. Okay, well, then just become one and it won't be hard. Like, that's just common sense. The pressure of being a man is so hard. You got to provide for your family. You got to do this. You can't complain about it. Okay, well, you know the formula, so just do it. It might be hard, but what do you think carrying life for 9 months and giving birth is? You think that's hard? Shut up. Getting on my nerves. Being a man is hard. I gotta go to work and do the same thing women do, but I'm gonna complain about it. Except the same thing you ain't giving birth, are you? Yeah. That's why these women are like rolling their eyes at these men like, boy, it's not hard. Shut up and go do the one thing you're here to do. And you should enjoy doing that. Like, most men enjoy having a career. Most men enjoy building up their bank accounts and their homes and their families. They enjoy that if they're good at it, if they got skills, if they got brains. They enjoy it. They enjoy flexing, talking about, yeah, that's mine. Yeah, we're going out to the lake house this weekend with the boat with the wife and kids. They enjoy saying that instead of, man, she trying to get me for my pockets. What pockets? What's in there? Lint? You're going out with a potential provider for this first time. How do I act? And how do I set the tone for him to want to spend money on it? You should have already been setting the tone from the first time you ever texted him or talked to him. You should have been telling him about some fake Aunt Ethel. Your dog got a weird cough. I don't know. Your tire, your car making some weird noise. That need to have been from day one on the conversation on the text. And then when you finally get to the date, if you haven't started those hints and clues, you need to start them now. Then he'll ask about the stuff that you talked about, and then you can have a sad face and he'll offer to help you. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Dora. Keep on teaching. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. I will. Okay, Vivi says, as a receptionist, I met someone who's very into me. I feel tenderness for him. I would like a jewelry from him, but I don't know when, first date or later. What price range do you suggest doing this? Well, what kind of jewelry do you want? And how much money do he got? You have to measure that first. But if you like, just tell him that you like diamonds whenever he passes by and sees you. If he works in the same building or whatever, like, have like jewelry magazines or like your phone open looking at jewelry. And if he asks you, what do you like? What do you like? Oh, I love jewelry. And then tell them, and have no jewelry on except maybe like very light, maybe a pair of stud earrings. Have zero jewelry on when you go on the date, and compliment other women's jewelry that you see. So like if you're sitting at the dinner table and y'all are on a date and you have on minimum jewelry and you see a lady with like some beautiful jewelry on, like, oh my gosh, I love her jewelry. I wish I had something like that. That is so pretty. And then if you have a chance and an opportunity to like compliment her in person, like maybe at the end of the night, or, you know, if they're sitting close by, compliment another woman's jewelry in his presence, and he'll understand that that's what you want. That's what you like. That's what you need to do to impress you. Okay. That's literally it. And have little on. So if she tries to look for something to compliment on you, she can't find nothing but a little pair of earrings on your ear that you finna lose anyway. And tell them about it. You're like, oh, you remember the earrings that I had on our date? I lost one of them. I think it's at the restaurant. Now now you're down to one piece of jewelry instead of 2 earrings. Now you barely got anything. So he gotta know, like, okay, she needs some jewelry. And I like to see what the guy is going to spend, how much he thinks you're worth or your value, before you instruct him where to go buy, you know? So if he gives you a piece of jewelry that you don't really like, look at it and dismiss it real quick with niceness, with kindness. So for example, he gives you like a necklace and you're like, oh, it's so pretty. Thank you so much. So, what I was saying, like dismiss it quickly, but be thankful for it. Then he'll be like, wait, you want to try it on? It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to put it on later, you know, when I get home. And then never wear it. And then he'll be like, did you like the necklace I bought you? And you're like, oh, it's cute, but I don't know if it's truly my style, something that I would have picked for myself, but I appreciate it. I have it in my jewelry box right now and I absolutely love it. So basically you ain't finna wear this ugly piece of jewelry or this cheap piece of jewelry. You need to do better. Then he's gonna be like, well, what type of jewelry do you like? Then you start sending him links. And then he'll get the picture, you see? So you do it with kindness, you might get more. If he's old and ugly with a hunchback, you can tell him straight up that ain't your style. All right. Then he'll go get you something else right away. Yep, just dismiss it real quick as if it's like a piece of gum or something, you know. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just be a little bit appreciative of it, but don't act overexcited because it's not really what you want. And you want to let them know that that's not your taste, that's not your style in a decent manner. And that's one of the ways to do it. Okay. Because most men will just get upset that you're not grateful for the effort that they put in. I mean, they may not know anything about jewelry. Thank you. What eye makeup do I use? All sorts, bam. You mean what I just used today? Right now on my eyes? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Let me bust it out. I used the Dior. And this is the 5. It's the taupe design. Okay, yeah, it's called 718 taupe design. In Dior. It's this one. So this is an older one. I don't even know if they have that anymore. And then I have the Chanel. And this is in Fauve, number 90. 90 Fauve. They're cool tones and taupes. Grayish, like with a slight purple undertone. Okay. Since I'm wearing blue, I didn't want to go full out blue. So I did a little bit of that. Okay. Thank you. Anyway. Don't let men waste your time. Okay, so let's get back to it. If you're waiting on a proposal in a relationship that's over 5 to 6 years, you're with a time waster. Okay, especially if you're older. Now, I can understand if y'all are very, very young and in a relationship for 5 to 10 years. I don't think people in their 20s should literally date that long to each other unless they're like, it's a religious thing or whatever. I don't know. But I think when you're 20s, you need to be dating a lot of different types of people, because when you finally ready to settle down and get married, you won't wonder about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why a lot of men don't want to settle down, because they have not explored all that there is to explore. And a lot of times men just don't want to be tempted as much after they settle down by what they've never gotten to pursue, you know? So when you try to make a man commit and settle down in his early 20s or early 30s even, they may resent you for it because they want to go see what else is out there. You ain't the only woman in the world. You know what I'm saying? And even though you want to be that special to someone, men's minds are not the same as a woman's mind in their 20s. They just want to see what they can pull, see how much they can enjoy life, see how many women they can, get. And it's not the same thing as what a woman is trying to do in her 20s. So y'all have to understand that. That's why you don't really need to deal seriously with a man in his 20s. Just let them have their fun and collect their money too. Your provider is really dumb, no humor, super ugly. He likes you times 10. He's scared. I just want him for his money, which is true. How can I make him trust me? By finding the things beneath his flaws that he actually will believe that you like about him. So you got to find some stuff deep down inside that he may be, aware of himself that you find attractive. So I really like the way that you care for animals. I really like the way that you take your time and do this, and that. I really like the fact that you read these types of books. It's very impressive. If I were to ever have a husband, he would be the smart and just lie, basically. Just find the stuff that you know he likes about himself and then repeat it back to him in a genuine manner. Look him in his eye and then keep collecting your money, man, because that's all they want to hear. They want to see if you're paying attention enough to know who they really are. And then if he still thinks you're with him for his money, say, well, I wouldn't be with nobody if they didn't have money. So the next guy I get with, if you don't want me, is going to have money too. Sprinkle. So what he thinks that you would like him if he was poor? Wouldn't nobody like him if he was poor? He wouldn't even like himself. You know? It's like, I will only date a man with money. So you better be glad I chose you. That's what I'm telling him. Like, look, the next one gonna have money. The one before you had money. You better be glad it's you. That would be the mean way. Sprinkle. I'll literally be telling them that. It's like, what? No. He better be thankful you in his presence. Because you could be in another rich man's presence, getting his money too. Or at the same time, which you should be anyway. These men are lucky out here to even be dealing with some of y'all. Sprinkle. Okay. Okay, Kia, you said he is 62, lied, said he was 52. Okay, yeah, they'd be lying. Wanted to sleep with you exclusively, but wouldn't help financially. Said he doesn't pay for women. Okay, well then tell him that he needs to date someone his own age. Sprinkle. Wonderful. I was like, you know what? That is so, you know what? You can do this nicely. I'm like, thank you so much for sharing that with me. I really think you probably need to date someone close to your own age then. That's exactly what I would have told. Because this dude is all 1 foot in the grave. His Social Security might be running out or just kicking in. We don't even know. But ain't nothing free. I don't care. He don't get no senior citizen discount. Okay. Tell him to go date somebody for his own age. Tell him where to meet him. Like, you know what? You should go to Denny's early in the morning. There'll be plenty of women out there your age sitting at the breakfast bar eat. All right. Go to the church, find you one your own age. They be sitting in the front pew. Okay. Tell him to go find somebody his own age if he don't want to pay for no woman. That man know he too old to be talking that trash. It's like, you know what? You're right. I have an aunt. Just try to hook him up with your auntie. It's like, you know what? You're so right. I have an aunt that you'd be perfect with. This gonna put him right back in his place. You're like, well, how old is your aunt? Well, she's about 55. And she doesn't make men buy her nothing. She already got money. She got that insurance policy when Uncle such and such passed. You want to date her? I got a number. She's cute. You want to see? Start find old pictures. Like, so start scrolling through your phone like you're looking for a picture. Try to hook him up with your fake auntie. See how he start acting. Bet you he reaching that wallet then. Try to hook him up with an old lady. And I'm not saying 55 is old. I'm just saying I'm sure she's older than you. Try hooking him up with somebody close to his own age. He's gonna be like, yeah, that's when you don't have to pay. You might have to pay on the date, but you might not have to pay them bills if y'all close to the same age. And if you are, there might be some old lady gold diggers out there still. Wonderful. But hey, if he's trying to date someone half his age, he need to pull out that wallet. Period. Sorry. These men have the audacity, and so should you. And act nonchalant about it. Act like you're not even bothered that he's not going to give you anything. It's like, you know what, my aunt. Just start looking like you just got the perfect idea. You know what? This is when he knows you are unbothered and he needs to reach in that wallet, or else he gonna end up looking like he already look, or think he looking like he look. My aunt and you would hit it off so good. Aunt. I really want y'all to meet. Y'all have to meet now that I'm there to think about it. You might be a little bit too old for me. Just redirect the conversation. Then if he has an ego at all, he's gonna correct you and he's gonna come through with that money. He said his lady was 55 and she didn't like you basically kindly thanked him for his time and wished him well. It's like, oh, that's wonderful. She's, gotten to the level where she doesn't want those types of things anymore in life. She must be really enlightened as a person and maybe wants more out of the situation than just rolling around. Have you tried romancing her? Have you tried taking her shopping first? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Try to give him tips. You'll be mad. Yeah. He's adding his payment info to your app online portal. Should I ask for direct deposit? Yes, ma'am. Ain't no getting around that one. Ask him. Like, oh, since you're already here, let's go direct deposit. You said these corpses think women want them. That is hilarious. Yep. Just because they want corpses or anything moving or not moving, don't mean we do. Unless it comes with some money. Look, these old dudes got 1 foot in the grave, still treating women wrong. Still thinking that they ain't got to reach in that wallet. Sir, your time is almost up. Spend the money. Spend the money. Your time almost up. There ain't nothing you can do. Just get money and spend it. Or you probably already got it. Just spend it. All right. Some of these guys out here, I swear, they think they're still God's gifts to women. When you reach a certain age, you are no longer a gift to anyone. You become a nuisance. So, therefore, you need to spend that money. You know how old people do? They tell you the same story 82 times. Okay, that's kind of like a nuisance. If you're telling you the same stuff you already know, like, dude, if we're going to listen to this story the 83rd time, you need to come up with some money. Okay. Thanks for reminding women to put themselves first. Thank you, Kia. I appreciate that. Yes, put yourselves first. And stop wasting time with all these men who aren't getting it. Okay? If they don't get it, they're not going to get it. They might get it the second time around when they try to circle the block, but make sure you're charging them a re-entry fee so you make sure that they got it the first time, that you don't waste time. And if they want to continue to attempt to waste your time, they're going to have to pay. All right? Telling y'all, people will waste your time if you let them. And that is the truth. They know exactly who will let them waste their time. And that's why they choose certain types of women. Because they know that they'll allow them to waste that time. There's certain, like, you know, when you think about something and you say, okay, who can I call that will help me do this? And you already know who not to call because you know they ain't going to do nothing to help you. And then you know exactly who to call. That's the same way men think. And they have their roster of women or their exes. They think, I know who will do what I need them to do and who won't. And they will respect the one who won't do something for them by not even bothering them to call them, to ask them, and even see if they had changed their mind. They're not even going to disrespect them like that because they have so much respect for that person that they don't even want to waste their time or bother them. But if there's someone out there that has low self-esteem, that doesn't put themselves first or on a pedestal, that's who they're going to call. Someone who's eager to please and doesn't want no re-entry fee. Okay? So understand that. Your boyfriend who pays all the bills is starting to act like the prize. What should I do? Ask him for something major and see if he still feels like the prize. Ask him for something you know he can't afford and going to have to say no to. Then look at him like he ain't no prize. See if he'll upgrade that vehicle for you. It's like, you know what? You're being such a great boyfriend, paying all the bills, doing everything. You know what I really, really want? Like, what? I want to upgrade my car. Can you do that for me? Then when he says no, or if he says no, he might say yeah. Then start looking at him like he's not the prize at all. Start looking at him like, okay. Then everything he did literally goes out the window. So how can he feel like a prize if he can't even make you happy? And all the little bills he's paying means absolutely nothing now because what you want, he can't give you. Okay. When a man starts overstepping and thinking he's the prize, put him back in his place. Why? Because you're the prize. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Now he's refocused on how to get you that upgrade if he wants to act like he's a prize. And every time he starts to talk about, oh, I'm the prize, like, well, you know what? Can the prize get me an upgrade on the vehicle? No? Okay. What kind of prize are you? Cracker Jack prize? You remember them Cracker Jack cheap prizes? Bubblegum machine prizes? Gumball machine prize? What kind of prize is you? Chuck E. Cheese prize? Wonderful. How should you dress modestly? You're 20. Dress like you come from money. Dress like you have everything you already need, but not showing it off. You know what I mean? Dress like that. Dress classy. Dress like you're not begging for attention. Dress like you are not trying to attract desperate men that only want you for one thing. That's how you need to dress. Thank you, Ames. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you. All right. Because how you dress yourself and how you treat yourself is how other people will treat you. Okay. You're only 20. They know you're not gonna be like dressed like the old lady, but you don't need to be dressed like, you're desperate for anything either. Especially desperate for attention. You don't need to act like that. And men don't want to be seen in public with younger women if you're gonna date older. Older men or men like slightly older don't want to be seen in public with women that look like they're super desperate because it looks like they found them in the club, the strip club. And nothing wrong against strippers, but certain men like it and certain men don't. And even strippers be dressing classy outside of the club. They'll have on a cute little outfit that you wouldn't even think that they was on the pole later on in the evening. So y'all better get it together. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Conservative looking ladies, and then where you at? Where you going? They switch their wig up, put that makeup on. They be on the pole. Well, unrecognizable. All right. So I don't know what you do for a living, but as a 20-year-old, you need to, like, if you're trying to attract men with money, you need to dress a certain way and not desperately. Nothing that screams that I want attention from men. Nothing that screams I'm desperate. Class, outfit that they can take you to meet mother in. And it doesn't have to be boring and grandma. It just has to be classy, not trashy. Mm-hmm. Classy, not trashy. You said you're only attracting male rappers. Try to attract somebody that has like real like longevity. Try to attract some businessmen, some entrepreneurs, some owners. Like if you're gonna attract rappers, great, but try to attract some other people as well. Like somebody that has like a nice beach house somewhere, a boat somewhere that's, legit. It's gonna be around for several decades. Okay. Try to attract somebody that, wants what you want in life versus who has a pick of the litter, as I'll call it. Uh-huh. Yeah, you can hang out with a rapper, but don't hang out with him too long, ma'am. Life is more serious than some of that. It's fun in your early 20s, but like once you hit about 27, 25, 27, start looking for men with real careers. Thank you. What does pick of the litter mean? It means they can have any woman that will want some type of clout. They have groupies. Okay, rappers have groupies. They got a phone full of groupies. They got women throwing themselves at them left and right. You're not special to them. They can have their pick. So, and the funny thing is, in 10 years from now, they may not even be relevant. You might even be embarrassed that you talked to them in 10 years from now. So understand that. Understand that. You may be embarrassed that you even talked to them in 10 years from now. You won't even tell nobody. Like, Choose wisely. Like, and then you try to tell them who you dated, and they be like, who? I never heard of them. So be smart, ladies. Get the bag that's going to last. Get all bags, but at least invest your time and energy into the one that's going to last longer and be more beneficial to you in the long run, not for a month or a night. Okay. You said Lil Bow Wow and Sierra Girl. I mean, thanks for putting the example up, but you know. You said somebody ghosted you after you denied him spicy time on a damn call, and you said no nudes, you miss him. Okay, so did you meet him online? Stop meeting men online. That's all they want from you. That's all they think you're for. Okay. If you're meeting men online, that's all they think you're for. They don't think you're for nothing else. So stop meeting them online. Meet people in real life and they won't have the audacity to ask you such stupid things. Okay. They'll have some level of self-respect. If you're online like a piece of meat on a menu, that's what they're going to treat you like. If you're lining yourself up online to be an option for thousands of men, what do you think that they think of you? Okay, get offline. Stop dealing with men online. Y'all are doing this to yourselves, and I keep telling you. You're literally on a menu for thousands, maybe millions of men to sample, to see, to look through. That's why you're there. That's why they're there. That's why they think you're there. You putting yourself as available to all these different people online. You're not wifey. You're not special. You're just an option on the menu of scrolling through online dating. So stay offline. Mm-hmm. All right. Y'all be doing too much and wondering why people treat you like a piece of meat because you're on a menu. You're on an online menu for thousands, maybe millions of men to select from. You think someone's going to treat you special? The women that aren't online, that are out and about, dillying and dallying, doing rich activities, looking cute and like they're the prize, those are the type of women that men will take more seriously than some chick online, you know, going to coffee dates. Sprinkle. You said you miss him though. Then your name is Pick Misha. Go get a tattoo and put your name as Pick Misha on there. All right. Sprinkle. You invested in him emotionally and he didn't invest in you at all. Wonderful. Learn your lesson and move on. Rich guy you met at the club really likes me, wants me to move in, wants me to quit job. You told him I need all bills paid, no move in. He said print out bills to see if he can pay now to get the long term. Okay, give him all your bills. Make sure you throw some fake ones in there too. See what he could do. Sprinkle. Y'all know how to use Word and Google Pages and whatever. Y'all know how to use all of that. Put it to good use. Didn't they teach y'all in school how to type up a letter? Sprinkle. Use your margins, the tab key, and all that good stuff. Wonderful. Well, that's good. You know, I don't know how long you've known that man to move in, but at least you're thinking about your money first. And make sure he also puts enough money in your savings account to where if you don't want to stay with him, you could go and upgrade and live wherever you want for a couple of months until you find somebody else to pay for them or pay your own bills again, you know. Yeah, we don't care if you miss him, man. He don't like you if he ain't trying to do nothing for you, but roll around on the mattress with you. He can do that with anybody on a dating website. That's dumb. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. How many times does Shira have to tell y'all he has to like you way, way more or else it won't work? That's right, man. I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all. You miss a man that don't even like you. What's your name, man? Not you, but like the lady Shiv. Pygmisha is a girl that puts men before herself, doesn't value herself, will do anything to keep a man, misses a man that does nothing for her. She cares more about a man than she cares about her own self. If a man isn't doing anything for you, why are you connecting with him emotionally? You know? Are you just, you need an emotional support animal is what you need. You need a cat, you need a dog, you need someone to talk to and give your energy to, besides a man that doesn't want to give you anything. Okay? You're a very nice, nurturing person, but you need someone that is deserving and to give that energy to. And the man is not deserving. He's not doing anything for you. So get you an emotional support pit, buy it some nice clothes, give it some food, give it some water, cuddle with it. And then maybe you won't miss these dusties that aren't doing anything for you. Okay? Some of y'all, you know, maybe you don't have kids yet. Maybe you need a pet. Your motherly instinct, your nurturing instinct does not need to be wasted on dust that's not paying no bills or giving you anything. Okay? Wonderful. Start knowing your value and stop wasting your time. Because that's all they're doing is wasting your time. Wasting your time, wasting your energy, making you look like a fool. And you keep running back looking like a fool to them, talking about, I missed it. They don't miss you, ma'am. So next, find someone new and not on a dating website, okay? Good luck. Get off them dating websites. Those aren't anything but menus to be used. We said marriages that last, the man is always obsessed with her. Exactly. Find you a relationship where the man likes you times 10. You know why? Let me tell y'all. Let me help y'all understand. Because it will take a lot for that man to not want you anymore. A lot. Okay? You can literally pretty much do whatever you want. If a man likes you times 10, he gonna put up with you doing whatever you need to do because he likes you times 10. Just like a Pygmisha will put up with a Dusty. No matter what he doing. But I love him. It's going to be the same thing. And usually women aren't going to be as, terrible to men as men are to women. So it's going to work in your favor. You need to find a man that will be like, but I love her. But he got to have money too, okay? Because he can't love you properly with no money. There you go. Got to have money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're a crazy woman and you go off the handle emotionally and you say things you don't mean and you curse people out at the whim, drop of a hat, if you say things you don't mean, if you act stupid sometimes, you definitely need a man that likes you times 10. You definitely need a man that likes you times 10. Because most men ain't gonna put up with that. Okay. So make sure you understand that. Find you a man that likes you times 10. Not times 2, not times 3, but times 10. Because you could pretty much do whatever you want. You listen to your advice, and when I asked them for gifts, they all started hinting about that you're taking advantage of them. I felt embarrassed and don't want to ask them again how to overcome this feeling. dismiss them. They're not for you. They're not gifters. They're not providers. Once you sift through all the dust, once you sift through all the non-generous people, you're going to start finding the ones that are. Okay? Because let me tell you something. I've been through the same thing when I was younger. And I sifted through them all. Okay? Until I found one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just keep sifting, baby. It's just like y'all be going on all these job interviews, filling out all these applications until you find one. Keep going. I don't care how embarrassed you are. People go on job interviews and aren't skilled for the position. That might be embarrassing, but at the same time, you're not going to waste your time reapplying, are you? So on to the next. There's nothing to be embarrassed about that they can't meet your standards. They should be embarrassed. They can't meet them standards. The man should be embarrassed that he doesn't want to give you a gift. If a man thinks you're taking advantage of him, and he needs to go find less women that want less, women that want them for just themselves alone to waste their time. If you know what you're about, if it's not a match, it's not a match. Can you please do a video on how freestyling can be physically and mentally exhausting but worth the effort? First of all, it's not freestyling. Look weird with this. If you're out having a good time and enjoying your life, if you're out dillying and dallying and enjoying your life, enjoying a nice glass of wine or a nice dinner solo, is that really exerting a lot of energy if you were going to eat anyway? If you were going to have a glass of wine anyway, if you're just out looking pretty and out and about living your best life anyway, what the energy that you're exhausted from is desperate energy. You're putting out too much desperate energy. You're making it a job when it should be a lifestyle. Okay. You're making it a job. I don't like this lipstick color. I'm wiping it off. You're making it a job and not a lifestyle. So make it a lifestyle and it won't be a job. It's kind of like saying getting up every day, doing your hair and makeup is exhausting. Not if it's something you enjoy, not if it's a habit, not if it's something that you're going to do anyway. It's not exhausting if it's a lifestyle. So make it into a lifestyle. Every day, get up, look good, put your makeup on, do whatever you got to do. If you're going to go out and have a little drink, you're going to have a little snack. If you're going to go window shop or walk in a park, that's something that most people do already anyway. You know, if it's a lifestyle, it's not going to feel exhausting. So you just have to do it enough times to where it becomes part of your everyday routine, your everyday lifestyle, and it won't be exhausting at all. It'll just be something that you do, part of your routine. Okay. So get into that type of mentality instead of it being a job or something exhausting, because that's not how you're going to get it. If you look exhausted all the time, that's not how it's going to come to you. So you got to act like, that is your lifestyle. That is your lifestyle. It must become your lifestyle. Otherwise, it will be exhausting to try to do something that's out of your comfort zone, that's out of your daily habits or routines. That is a lot of work. I do agree. So make sure it's part of your routine and make it part of your lifestyle. No matter what, it's got to become part of your lifestyle. That way it doesn't seem like work. Okay. It just seemed like, oh, I was out yesterday having a glass of wine across the street or in the rich side of town at the local such and such. And this man approached me and it's not going to be like, I got up, rushed home, got dressed, put on a inappropriate outfit and went out and had blank stares and scrolled on my phone in a bar and looked at everybody who walked through the door with desperate energy. It's not none of that. It's enjoying the life that you have and possibly someone approaching you, possibly not. But you're not giving off desperate energy, because whether you're approached or not doesn't matter. You're in the space, you're in the environment. It is a numbers game. Sooner or later, you're going to make friends and people are going to approach. It's not like a dusty environment where everyone is giving off desperate energy. Everyone's approaching everybody because they don't know the next time they're going to go out, or the next time they go out, they're going to want to pull a different chick, because women don't want to deal with this certain person for too long because they ain't got no money. So when you're in a nicer environment and a more richer and stable, environment, people aren't in a rush people aren't rushing over to holla like they are in certain other areas or at certain age ranges. You know, being a regular somewhere on the rich side of town will help you make friends, will help you get into social circles. Then you go from there. Okay. You never know. Okay. I used to didn't be a very social person until, recently, until my kids got a little bit older. And I've met lots of people just dillying and dallying, women, men, like that invite me to certain things, invite me to certain parties that I probably would have never attended, where there's lots of people that have like, good amounts of money. So just go out, get out of your comfort zone and just make it part of your lifestyle to, you know, do things that you wouldn't normally be doing. That's it. Best time of day to go on the rich side of town during the daytime. If you want to find the old people, go out in the morning. If you want to find the medium old people, go out during the afternoon. You want to find the young people, go out at night. But I suggest the daytime because they have the most money because they ain't got to be at nobody's job. Okay. You said I love Dusties. No, Dusties love me. It's the other way around. I give them inspiration to become dust free. Dusty is not a permanent position. A man can always decide he don't want to be dusty no more and go get some money. That's for sure. A man can always say, I'm tired of being dusty. Let me go get some money. Let me become serious about myself and join the team of manhood. They can always do that. No one's holding them back. Only themselves. So I do recommend that men do one day figure it out. And I've had plenty of dusties tell me that I have helped them change for the better. They said, "Oh, I used to be dusty, the kind of dude you would be talking about. Nah, I got my money up. Here goes some money." And then they send me money. Thank you for telling me about myself, because Pygmisha could never. Exactly. You're welcome. So yeah, I've had dusty success stories as well. So I'm happy. You happy? I'm gonna find a lipstick that goes with my outfit. Should I go dark? I don't know. Find you a good. I'm gonna tell the secret to the dusties. The fastest way to not to stay dusty, to get out of dustiness, is to try to date a woman out of your league that is expensive. That's the fastest way you're gonna come out of your dustiness if you really like that woman. All right. If you really like that woman and she will not deal with the dust, she will demand that you become better. You just might. Or she might break up with you, break your heart, and you will understand why she couldn't be with you, and you will go improve yourself and go get somebody better. You know? So sometimes a dusty needs to be told that he's not enough times for him to wise up and go get his money up. Because don't no woman want no broke man. Okay. And y'all keep taking it personally. It's not personally. It has nothing to do with you as a individual person. If you can't provide comfort to a woman, if you can't provide a place for her to lay her head and rest in her femininity and maybe want to one day be with you and start a family with you, she's not going to feel comfortable enough around you to even want to be with you seriously. She's going to look at you like a bug, a project, or someone she could never respect. So get your money up. Don't nobody want to make excuses for you no more. It's embarrassing. Okay. All these women going around the table at brunch bragging on a man, and it's your turn, and now you got to make excuses for him. That ain't right. Well, he's trying. Well, okay, girl. He broke. We down. Let me see. I missed a super chat. Okay, your full provider keeps speaking disrespectfully. When I finally talk back, he threatens me with not providing. Okay, that's why you need two, baby. 2 or 3. Because you could talk back if you got 3, baby. And when he comes back out of sorrow and loneliness, you can upgrade and up your allowance and upgrade your vehicle at the same time. Got to have 2. You can't have one. You cannot, either you have to have 2 or you got to have several businesses that was funded by his money or somebody else's money. But if somebody's sitting there disrespecting you and he's a provider, where's your other providers that you could talk trash and go and get the same amount of money or more from them and not skip a beat? That's what I'm teaching y'all. Y'all need to learn this. Where's your other ones? Can I please do it? Okay, I already did answer that one. So yeah, your provider can threaten all he wants, ma'am. Threats aren't real if you got backups. Threats are funny when you got backups. You just be laughing. It's like, okay. Threats are jokes when you got backups. All right, learn to have some backups. And I'd stand by that forever. If you don't have no backups, you're going to let people disrespect you left and right. You're going to feel some sort of way. But when you got backups, you're going to laugh in their face, dismiss yourself, go get your bag elsewhere, and have the other ones begging you back, giving you an extra bag and a bigger bag than they were giving you in the first place. If they really want you. If they don't, you'll just dismiss them for wasting your time and disrespecting you. But you didn't lose nothing out of the thing. You gained only. Okay? You didn't lose a thing, you gained. You gained more money, and you gained the understanding that that person doesn't really respect you. And if they want to try again without the disrespect, it's going to cost them. All right. Start treating these men like options, because that's what they should be, because you should have more than one option. Definitely. Some of y'all cling on to one person, put all your eggs in one basket, and then when they want to act the fool, you don't know what to do. I told y'all what to do. Have 2, have 3, have several businesses, and you won't need them. You can just laugh at them and get more out of them later for acting stupid and thinking they could. Okay? That's all you got to do. Young people, they just want to have fun. They just want to collect, and they think everything is going to last forever. It doesn't last forever. What lasts forever is your self-love and what you're creating from whatever it is that you're dealing with at the time. Okay? Everything changes all the time. But if you have what you want and you're growing with your own stuff, or you have extra stuff that's going on at the same time, change is not going to be too bad for you. Okay? Keep it moving. Keep options, and change is less. It's going to be threats, and changes are going to be less for you. You're like, okay, well, whatever you do, what you got to do. I'm good either way. Make sure that. Okay. Hi. You said to your boyfriend that if he's depressed, he has time to make money because it's money that depressed him. He said, why do I see men as a robot? It's like, well, I'm starting to see you as a child instead of a robot. That would be my comment. Well, you're starting to look more like a child now than a robot, making all these excuses and crying and boo-hooing. Maybe you need to go visit your mom. Maybe y'all should move back. Maybe you should move back to mother's. Seems like you need one right now. That would literally be me. Because I'm not getting ready to hold no grown man, able-bodied man's hand, talking about he depressed. Okay, go get you some antidepressants and get back to work. You look at me like a robot. Well, I'm starting to look at you like a child. Which one you rather? Okay. No weakness over here. If weakness is detected, it's an automatic turn off to women. Men don't realize that. You can't be vulnerable around women all the time. You need to be vulnerable to your therapist. You need to be vulnerable to your mama, your sister, your auntie. Don't come around a woman being vulnerable. She's going to look at it as weakness. Okay. Thank you, Mariah Sprinkle. Because you're supposed to be, thank you, Mariah. You're supposed to be the strong one in the relationship. And if you sitting here breaking down, we looking for elsewhere. We starting to look elsewhere. Oh Lord, this one broken down. We got to find somebody strong. You know what I'm saying? Women look for men for strength in the relationship, not the other way around. So if you sit here boohoo and talking about you depressed, your woman is automatically, naturally going to start looking for someone stronger, more masculine, who's got their stuff together. She's going to start noticing the masculinity of other men, the strength of other men, because you're displaying all this weakness as a contrast. So get it together. Go cry in the bathroom. Go cry to your therapist. Go cry to your mama, wiping tears when you walk through that door and man up. That's it. Okay? Somebody need to tell y'all, because y'all don't understand. It looks bad. Okay? It makes women panic. Like, oh my gosh, I need to go find something better. It doesn't make us feel sorry for you because you're supposed to be the strength. It makes us feel like something's wrong and we need to replace you. Okay? Sprinkle. It's just the truth. Like, you know, you become a problem versus a problem solver. I don't care if you got to cry all day to somebody else. Do it to somebody else, not your woman. Don't do it to the women. Don't cry on a woman's shoulder. Unless somebody died, that's your only excuse for being sad and depressed. But you still need to be getting your money in at the same time. You can mourn at the same time. Okay? People do it every day. That getting more money might help you forget temporarily your sadness and loss. Temporarily. But still, if nobody died, you should get up, sir. Right? You said especially old men. I know. Like, what are you sitting around depressed for? You better live the rest of your life before it's over, because if you're old, you better live the little piece of life you got left and shut up. Okay. Yeah, these men these days think that you're their therapist, you're their counselor, you're the person that's supposed to get them back up and out there. No, you're gonna get sent back right home to your mama, sir. That's that person. That man acting all depressed and lonely and sad, and pack his bags up and ask his mama to come pick him up. It's like, you know what? I know exactly what you need. Sit down, make him a little cup of tea, have his bags packed in the next room so he don't see him, and then have his mama come get him. That's what you need, your mama. Goodbye. Come back when you're fixed. Okay. Now, I know this sounds harsh, but in a patriarchal society where men are looked at as the strong, dominant men that are masculine and rule the world, that you act like it. All right? Act like it. Represent your kind. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. How do you become so wise? I'm truly in awe. What? You read all my personality and behavior from a single chat. Okay. I don't know how it became so wise. I'm just very observant and I understand what people, do, how they act. I don't know, because I'm old. Wisdom comes with age as well. Not all wisdom comes with age, but mine came with experience, age, and being observant. Shira, these men old, they mama ain't around no more. Okay, send them to their aunt, send them to their sister. Thank you, Amber. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Send them to their uncle, somebody that actually cares. If they're old and you can't send them nowhere, send them to church. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Send them to counseling on his own dime. Whatever they believe in or thinks that's going to help them, send them there. Do I read a lot? Yes, I do. You said you blocked the guy who kept making plans and never following through. Good for you. Time wasters. That's what we call time wasters over there. And you can be perfectly honest if they try to text you back, or if they find another way to get unblocked or text you on another place from another place. Like, you know what? I don't like time wasters. They keep texting you, send them that Cash App request and say, you know what? It's going to cost for you to waste any more of my time. All right. You say you'll block a man for being boring, low effort, and turn off. Good for you. Send him to his sister, send him to his auntie. If he ain't got no more mama. All right, send him somewhere. Mm-hmm. You said you lost interest in men. Then gain interest in their money. Okay. Because the interest in men may have been lost. So just gain some interest in their money. That's always interesting, right? Thank you, Blueberry Tea. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, Miss Blueberry Tea, how you doing? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. You said you're a bit petty. You don't block. You like the exes knowing what you're doing, that you're doing amazing, and they'll never reach me. Okay, Persephone, I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said y'all are nuts. No, we're just understanding and we're aware now, and we don't deal with the time wasters. Why would we deal with time wasters when we don't have to? Oh, CC sent me some money. Hold on. It's through Cash App. Thank you, ma'am. Let me read your question. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let's see what you're talking about. CC for appreciate you, sis, from CC Biz on YouTube. Thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm gonna like your Cash App. Thank you, CC Biz. Appreciate you. You see, I heard something this morning, and I've heard it several times before, many years ago, but it's the same truth. Men get upset and they say, oh, that's why y'all are single. That's why y'all are single. That's why you're going to be single. That's why you're single. Let me tell y'all something. Women are single because they choose to be. Men are single because they have to be. They ain't got no choice. All right. If they're sitting up here mad at women for being single, it means they don't want to be single. The men don't want to be single because they're mad at women for dismissing them because they ain't got no money. Women choose to be single. Men have to be single. They ain't got no choice. Nobody want to deal with nobody broke or messed up. So a lot of these women are just sitting here kindly refusing people, kindly rejecting men, kindly or meanly, saying, no, I think I'd rather be single. No, I think I'd rather have a roster. No, I don't want to move in no dust. No, I don't want to be bothered with some dusty. And men are getting mad about that because they want to be in a relationship, whether it's, to cheat on them or not. I mean, just because a man cheats doesn't mean he doesn't want a relationship. Sometimes they want the option to have a relationship with you so that they can make you mad or whatever. If you don't even care enough about them to even want exclusivity with them or a relationship with them, if they can't meet all your standards, that's what's making them mad. That's what's hurting that ego, because they're not even on the radar anymore. Like, a woman would rather have a roster of 5 men who are giving her money than one dusty. And that's what's making them mad, because we got more options than they do. And then they were like, well, all the men that you want are the percentage of, we don't care about no percentage. We still getting the money. Y'all not understanding. Y'all are out there married. Y'all are out there with girlfriends, baby mamas, still looking for women. So the statistics don't even matter because the money is what matters now. You could be married, you could be in a relationship, you could have a baby mama, but the money is free, baby. The money is coming in still to these women who have a roster rather than one dusty who can't contribute. You understand? Okay, your boyfriend is more feminine, learning that masculine. He's very emotionally intelligent, sometimes too much. Does feminine, masculine matter? Girl, I can't deal with no man that's too feminine. And let me tell you why. Unless this is a lavender marriage, I can't deal with it. If you a man, be a man. If you're a woman, then you're in a lesbian relationship. That man he might as well just come on, switch on to the other team, but maybe he can just be part of the LGBTQ and claim that he's a lesbian like Drake. Okay, sprinkle. I can't deal with it. I don't know. Tell him to get off the chicken wings. Too much estrogen. Tell him to start getting some testosterone shots. Something. Can't do it. Sorry. You got to be like, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I can't deal with no whining, sniveling, crying. I can't deal with that's a child. Okay, that's somebody always on their period. I can't do it. Go get you a real man. Suggest him take some testosterone shots and get off them chicken wings. All right, sprinkle. Or tell him that he's a lesbian. Either way, y'all got to do something. Y'all got to fix it. That's not working. You said you always coming for the chicken wing because they're filled with hormones. Why do you think all these men got hips and boobs now that haven't been to the plastic surgeon? It ain't claiming the rainbow because they been eating too much hormones in them chicken wings. You have a dusty husband, divorce, a divorce will cost you what? $5K. You working on getting a provider to protect your assets. You make $140K a year. Any advice? I appreciate it. Get that provider, man. Get your replacement to help you. Good idea, man. I agree with it 100%. Sprinkle. All right. You're on the right track. You thinking right. Get it. Okay. You said go vegan. Take them chicken wings away from him. Okay. Next time he try to order some, tell him no. You know how you be getting. Every time you eat chicken wings, you start crying the next day. No. Okay. They be putting them growth hormones in the breast. Chickens are not chickens are not roosters. Think about this. They got to pump them with hormones, not for roosters, but for chickens. You get what I'm saying? All right. Growth hormones in a female chicken are not going to be very masculine, now are they? If they're trying to grow their breasts and their thighs, what would you think they pumping into them? Okay, sprinkle. Get them off them chicken wings. Or they're gonna be crying and sniveling and looking crazy. You said estrogen chickens. I missed your super chat. Hold on, let me go back. Let me see. I don't see it there. Okay. It must have didn't show up. I don't see it. The one before the last one. Mariah, your boyfriend asked if you leave if he broke. Answer is yes. Should I lie? You're 19, he's 42. Tell him he would never be broke because he's so much older and wiser than you that he will figure it out. And when you were being born, he was probably on his first job already. So you have enough confidence in him to know that he would never go broke. And that if he ever did go broke, then something would literally be wrong with him, and you probably wouldn't be able to care for him if you're broke too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just saying yes in a nice way. Yes, yes, you would be gone if he was broke. He had 20 years, or he had many, many years to get his stuff together, to plan financially before he decided to go pull a 19-year-old up out of high school. He needed to have his finances together before he tried to do that. Okay. Otherwise, he'd be dating somebody his own age. He's probably broke to women his own age. That's why he's asking you that question, man. To another 42-year-old woman, he is broke. Sprinkle, sprinkle. To a 19-year-old, he's not broke. You understand? So now he's trying to do way less. Now he could sit back and play his video games a little longer, take a little bit less shifts, or not try as hard as work or building his career, because he got a 19-year-old that doesn't expect too much out of him. You know what I'm saying? If he had a 42-year-old, she'd be on his head every day talking about, you need to get some more money. You need to have another stream of income. You need to ask your boss for a raise. You need to do this. You need to, you know what I'm saying? So he is broke to women his own age. Thank you, Makeup and Lifestyle. Sure, even wealthy men are tough to deal with because they believe we are seeking them for money. I became resentful of men and lost faith in them. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You have to flip the script and make them understand, because if men like money, listen to me, y'all, because y'all ain't understanding. If men like money, why can't women like money? If men like beauty, and that's all that they're seeking you for, because you know dang well if you was ugly, that man will not be up in your face talking about, you only like me for money. You can say the same thing to his face. You only like me because I look good. If I was ugly, you wouldn't be talking to me at all. So perhaps you love money. I love money. You like looks. I like how I look. So we all have these things in common. I'm not going to go out and find the poorest man in the world. Or are you going to go find the ugliest chick? Then make it make sense. Okay. Y'all just need to explain to these men how stupid they sound, and maybe they'll stop saying what they say. Okay. Then you can always pose the question is, you know what? Would you want your daughter dating somebody broke? Why can't that just be one of the things about you that is, highly liked? If I only want a man that can provide for me, that's smart. Would you want your daughter to only want a man because he has a six-pack and can't do nothing for her? You would be telling her, please don't date that loser. Well, guess what? It makes sense. You just don't. If you wanted a woman to like you for more than your money, you wouldn't have no money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. Get rid of all your money and see how many women actually like you. There's the true test. Ain't nobody gonna look his way. Watch. Ain't nobody gonna look his way or get rid of all his money. Tell him to go pretend to be poor and see how many women he could pull. Then he'll shut up. It's like, I have a really good idea. Why don't you pretend you're poor and see how many women will have interest in you? Just like I'll go pretend I'm ugly and draw some ugliness on my face and put a crazy looking wig on and dress all ratchet and see how many men will approach me. Let's just do this experiment so you can stop talking stupid, sir. Thank you, Barbara. You said sprinkle, sprinkle, Shira. I appreciate that. So generous. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you too. These men be trying to use reverse psychology on y'all. When y'all sitting over there looking good and they are getting clout from you being and looking that good sitting next to them, they need to shut on up. A married man keep texting me. We haven't talked in 6 years. I'm going to send him a Cash App request. Good for you, man. Make sure it's high. Make sure that Cash App request is high and see what he can do. What do you do if he doesn't bring flowers to you on Girlfriend's Day? Most men don't know when Girlfriend's Day is. They don't even know when your birthday is. They barely know when anything is. So you're going to have to tell him in advance if that's what you want, if that's what you want him to do. Because most men ain't going to remember nothing like that, sadly. And most people don't even think it's a real holiday. So you're going to have to literally enforce it the day before. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, if there's a girlfriend day, I know. See, people don't know about that. Every day is a day for something if you look it up. Makeup and lifestyle. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. He said he didn't give you a flower on your 2-year anniversary. So yeah, see, men don't keep up with that stuff. If you keep up with it, you can guilt him about it later and get even more than flowers. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the only reason women literally keep up with stuff anyways, because they know the men aren't. They guilt them out of more money later or more gifts later when they forget. Some women count. Some women count on their man missing their birthday and anniversary so they can get more out of their guilt later. Okay, they won't even say it. They'll go a whole week and not say nothing. It'll be the month of their birthday. It'll be the week of their birthday. It'll be 2 days before their birthday. That woman ain't gonna say nothing because she knows she can guilt him and get more out of it if he forgets, and then she can get more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So learn that technique. Your feminine man never lets your vase of flowers run empty. Just saying. So maybe get you a lesbian provider man. That's so sweet. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But still, I'd rather the masculinity than some flower. I get me some preserved flowers in trade of masculinity. But that's still sweet. So kudos to him still. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. That's still nice though. So at least he's doing something. Maybe hopefully the flowers ain't for him. How to demand for your birthday a gift from him. Ma'am, it's your birthday. If he likes you, he already picking your birthday gift out. You know what I'm saying? If it's past your birthday, he didn't give you nothing, guilt him. Provider complains about being too ugly compared to me. Feels like he's fishing for compliments, but doesn't accept it when I say he's handsome. Okay, so first of all, he got low self-esteem. He don't believe he's beautiful. So just tell him, you know what? I don't like attractive men. You got to lie to him. Yeah, I don't even like, even if it's not a lie, because some women don't like attractiveness. Like, I don't like attractive men. I like masculine men. I like strong men. I like a man who look like nobody wants to mess with him so he can protect me. I like a man who's not worried so much about his looks than it is his intelligence and this, and that, and his kindness and how he treats his woman. I don't want a man that looks like Prince Charming. I want a man that look like the Beast, all Beauty and the Beast, and that's you. You could call him ugly and give him a compliment at the same time, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Then tell him y'all dressing up like Belle and the Beast from Beauty and the Beast for Halloween. Y'all gonna be couple goals. You said Shrek and Fiona, something, whatever. Claim his ugliness so he can stop worrying about it. Tell him you like his ugliness. All right? That way he don't have to worry about it. Tell him that you don't like attractive men. You like Shrek and the Beast. Okay? Wonderful. Been dating your full provider boyfriend for 8 months. When should I expect proposal? Girl, is he in his 20s? You meeting his family next month. I say 1 year after a marriage. 1 year and you're moving on. Okay. If that man, I don't know how old he is, but if he's still in his 20s or his early 30s, do not marry nobody that young. If he's old and 45 and up, yeah, he should be proposing at least, in the next year or two. Y'all be trying to rush to the altar. Don't know who these men are. Don't know if they're gay, straight, got bad credit, got good credit. What? Y'all don't know them, and that's not enough time to get to know somebody. How they act when they're crazy, how they act when they're drunk, how they act when they're mad at you. You don't know this man enough to be wanting no proposal. Okay? When women rush into marriage, they don't want a relationship. They don't want to get to know a man. They just want the marriage. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I would say if you dating somebody and they're over the age of 35, 45, at least give them 2 years. You can learn a lot about a person within about 2 years. I would say more if you're in your 20s. But if you're trying to rush to the altar with the man, you don't know that man and you don't know who he is. And a lot of times y'all find out too late in the marriage and they all end up divorcing quick anyway. Fast marriages, people that marry real quick, they get divorced faster too because they don't know the person that they're marrying. So I would say you're being a little bit impatient. And I can understand if y'all are both in y'all's 40s and there's a time clock ticking, that's understandable. But when you're young, there is no rush. If you want a man who's more marriage minded, date somebody older. If he's young, I don't think he's trying to get married no time soon. Some people are just wasting your time because they think that that's what you want because you're so young as well. Okay. Thank you, Shira, for showing me how to decenter men and concentrate on money. It's hard to find like-minded girlfriends now. Okay, well, concentrate on your money. And you'll find other women that are concentrating on their money, and that's how you go find them. Sprinkle, sprinkle, believe me. I've met more ladies that I have things in common with just by focusing on money. He is 50 and married before wife passed away. Okay. He's 50 and married. And you, what? Okay, he's 50 and married. Wife passed away. Okay. So his wife is already dead. He's 50. I'm not sure if the wife is still here or not, but anyway. Just get his money, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just get his money for now. And don't worry about that until he's about 55. That way, you can get him on an insurance policy too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. He might still need some time to mourn. In about 5 years, he should be over it and trying to start over, and you can get on that insurance policy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Meanwhile, date other people if you don't think it's going to happen. What do you do when you ask for money and he says no? What do you say? It's like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I just thought I'd ask because I really needed it. But thanks anyway. That means I'm finna go get it somewhere else, basically. Okay. Be very nonchalant about it. And then stop calling him. Stop taking his texts. Next time he texts you, I'm still trying to figure out how to get this money. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to him anymore after that until you get the money. Also, if you're talking to other men, get the money from elsewhere. But don't talk to him until your problem is solved. He is a problem solver. He is a provider. He's there to make your life better, not waste your time or make it worse. So you do not converse with him until that problem has been solved financially. Okay? Every time he texts you, send him Cash App request. Every time he talks to you, you're trying to figure out how you get this money. You got to go. You see? Don't waste time. Took your advice on to have more than one. You have main paying rent and side paying for dates and fun. Having a blast. Okay, Jessica, I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Keep another one on the side. Yes, that's right. Thank you, L'Oreal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so yes, y'all are doing good out there. Good for you. Yeah, if he says no, on to the next baby. Or keep him on ice until he got the money. If he disappears, he never had it in the first place. He didn't like you enough to give you anything. And it's a good thing that he's no longer wasting your time. A lot of women get mad if they can't, get a man to do something, but he wasn't going to do it in the first place if he didn't agree to do it anyway. So you can't get mad at something that he was never going to do. You just literally saved yourself lots of time. So getting him to dismiss himself is literally making more time and more room for other people to actually do what you need them to do. Okay. Mm-hmm. You said many men that say women who want money are prostitutes. Okay. What are men that want to pay women to sleep with them? What are men who want women to give themselves away free and discard them and say that they sleep around? What are those called? What are men who want women for free that don't want to invest in them and ghost them the next day? What are they? Okay, know your value. Know if a man didn't think you were valuable, they wouldn't offer you anything and they wouldn't beg you for your whatever for free. Okay? They wouldn't even want it that much if it was free. Ask Pygmisha. All right. So when a man tries to tell you that, just like, well, you know what? I'm so sorry you feel that way. But I only date providers. Then blame it on someone that's in your family that told you. Well, my uncle, my dad, my older brother said that I should never deal with a man that cannot financially support me. Blame it on your male family members. Blame it on your female family members. If you have another older man as an example of why you're not opening your legs for free for some dust, they have to respect that. Okay? So you're going to be like, well, you know what? My dad told me to never deal with a man who's unable to provide. And, he's right. What are they going to say then? What are they going to call your daddy? A prostitute? Your dad's a good dad. That's all they can say. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, do I think all rich men are narcissists? No, I don't. I don't at all. Because sometimes money is just money and they know how to use money as a tool. If you don't understand money and you don't understand your value as a woman and you walk around in victim mentality, anybody's a narcissist to you that has confidence. Anybody's a narcissist to you that doesn't acknowledge your emotional distress and victim mentality. So what I say is stop throwing that word around so loosely and take control and accountability for yourself and what you will and will not put up with and the type of people that you will or will not entertain. Because there are some rich men out here that are very generous and nice. And there's some out here that know how to control you because you come in there like a victim. And you know what? If that's what you're coming in as, that's how they're going to treat you. How you treat yourself is how other people treat you. Okay? That's why I never will tell women, go in there with some sad, low self-esteem victim mentality because that's exactly how you're going to get treated. Mm-hmm. And never see yourself less than a rich man or a man, period. That's part of y'all's problem. Y'all think just because somebody got money, you're less than them. No, you can get money tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? The only difference between people with money and without money is the money. Okay? There's no difference. Some got it, some don't. Act like because you can have it tomorrow if you married the right rich old man. All right? Think about it. Thank you for the super sticker, sprinkle, sprinkle. You could literally be rich next week if some old geezer came up to you and talking about, will you be my wife? There you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It takes men a lot longer to get their money. Mm-hmm. It says don't limit yourself, ladies. That's right. Don't limit yourself. Beautiful women have options. Pretty women have options. Young women have options. Older women have options. It depends on the target. Okay. Think about it. No matter what age, You could still pull if you're choosing the right target. Oh, thank you, Cece. She sent me another cash app. I think. Maybe it was somebody else. Hold on. Shoot. Oh, Irene. Thank you, Irene. Sprinkle, sprinkle. She says for the laughs. Thank you, girl. You had 3 dates with 24-year-old rich ugly. He asked to kiss me. Instead, I dodged to his cheek. He stopped chasing since then, and now I'm back into my city. What to do? Okay. If you've been on 3 dates with a guy who's 24, he's young. Okay, he want to kiss. He want to do something. If you don't want to kiss somebody ugly, then you need to get on 3 shots of tequila on the, and then just close your eyes and pretend it's somebody else. Because honestly, if you're dating a man young, his feelings are going to get hurt. His emotions are going to be hurt. Old men know that they gross and ugly. Young men, they don't like to think about themselves as that they're still young and want to, be out there. So if he's young, you better get your tequila on and get that man a kiss and pretend it's somebody else like Jason Momoa or something. All right, you better use your imagination. All right. Okay, because I'd be using my imagination. I'd be getting into it, imagining it's somebody else. I really wouldn't care. That's how strong my imagination is. I'll pretend you somebody else real quick. I'll even start calling you that name in my mind. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, you know how to pretend. He was rich and rich, young, but ugly. Okay. I would have made that work. I don't care. Rich, I would have made rich old work and rich young work. Y'all be too focused on looks. Maybe if you crossed your eyes when you kissed him, he would have looked attractive. But how to make him chase back? He's gone now. Girl, you didn't hurt his feelings. He's young. He's vulnerable. You told him he was ugly. He know he ugly already. He thought his money made him look better. And you told him, even though you got money, you still ugly and I don't want to touch you. That's what you told him. So when y'all come across these young, sensitive, guys that got money, it's hard for them to want you back because they know how you really feel about them. They know that you disgust them and your stomach turns when they come in for a kiss. It's too late. If they come back to you, then you got to make up a lie talking about unefful. Okay, that you were still in mourning and you don't feel romantic, but you want to try again. I don't know. If he comes, you got to let him come back. Okay, if he don't come back, it's too late. Is it okay to block someone if they waste your time? It's okay to block anybody if they're not doing the most for you. And honestly, I don't really care if I'm blocking someone or not. If they start texting you and trying to waste your time, just keep sending them cash app requests until they get the picture. At least you might get something out of it. Thank you for the super chat, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, at least you might get something out of it if you don't block them. They might text you. You might like, you know what? Here's some cash app. Send me some money. Either they'll block you or they'll leave you alone. He said, what do you do with a man that tries to control what you wear? Have a separate wardrobe for him and whoever else. You know what I'm saying? So when you go out with him, wear the stuff he likes. When you go out by yourself or with somebody else or with your girlfriends or whatever, wear what you want. If he tries to control what you wear when you're not with him, that's where you say, I draw the line, sir. Or take you an extra bag of clothes and change at the gym or at your friend's house. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If he's giving you money like that, be smart and change clothes like y'all used to do in school. Your mama wouldn't let you wear something. Or if you say, I'm a grown woman, I ain't going to be sneaking around doing it, then wear what you want with your friends and whoever else you're going out with and just dress like he likes you to dress when you're with him. Then by the time, if you ever get the ring, dress how you want after. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What he gonna do? As long as it's not Kanye level tacky outfits. Y'all are silly. He's probably paying her to wear all that stuff. So who knows? You know, you get in a relationship with Kanye after, he is the way he is, you know what you finna deal with. So wonderful. You said what? Even the rich young guys are ugly. Y'all are silly. Honestly, it's better to deal with an older man that's just old looking versus a young man that's ugly. Because at least the old man used to look good and his self-esteem isn't super low. He just know he got old and he got money. And he knows that young people don't really deal with old people unless they got money. And he might not be eager to kiss somebody as much as a younger man, and his feelings may not be as hurt because he understands. But a young man, they're more sensitive. So you're almost 25 and behind any advice. Only date for lifestyle from this moment on. Do not go on another date or a coffee date with a man that doesn't have what you want financially. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That is my advice. That's my only advice to anybody who's 25. Do not waste your time with men who don't have exactly what you want right now. Don't date for potential. Don't date any of that stuff. Date a man that got what you already want. Period. The lifestyle, the ability to give you the home or the type of car or the type of lifestyle or the option to work or not, be a stay at home. That's what you're looking for right now. Okay? Someone that can give it to you today. Not in 20 years from now, not in 10 years from now, but today. Look, date for lifestyle, date for lifestyle and money. Don't deal with nothing less. Dismiss all the other stuff. They are time wasters, okay? You got to get serious. Sure, you work in construction. Any tips? Don't tell nobody. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell them you're a part-time receptionist. Okay? Don't tell anybody. And the reason why I say that, and nothing against women that work in construction, but if you tell a man that you work in construction, they're going to want you to be the man. Okay? So lie and tell them you can say you're a receptionist for a construction company. That's as close as you're going to get to construction, baby. I work in the office as a part-time receptionist for a construction company. Okay, tell them that. That way, when they see all your construction stuff everywhere, be like, oh, that's just from the company. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said how to deal with a rich guy who's really controlling in bed, getting the money, but I don't. Start controlling him. Shoot, sprinkle. Tell him what you want him to do, girl. You flip the script. They might like it even more. I promise you. Because that just means they're freaky. That means if you take the upper hand, they're gonna be down with it too. All right. So just take the upper hand. You said grab him by his hair. Girl, flip the script. If they're freaky like that, they'll want you to be freakier. So you be the one in control from now on. It's like I thought that's what you liked. Okay. You walked away from your lover and he didn't even chase. Well, he didn't love you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm sorry that happened to you, but men are not going to chase you if you're not the one or if they don't like you times 10. That's why I say if you're ever going to be with a man, they got to like you way more for it to work. What does it say about me if I prefer my man insecure with a little bit of ED? Chat GPT says I value my security in the relationship. Roast me, Shira. Um, why would I roast you? As long as he got money, I don't care. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Did you ask Chat GPT if he has money? Add that part in and see what Chat GPT say, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So Sylvia says, what's ED? Is when they stuff stop working, ma'am. How to not get fooled by a fake provider. If he ain't providing, he's not a provider. If he hasn't paid bills, he's not a provider. If he hasn't given you anything financially, he's not a provider. So you can't see through a fake provider because they'll actually be providing. If they speak more than they do, then they're just a talker. They're not a provider until they have provided for you. Okay, that's why some women are referring to these guys as potential providers. That means they have what it takes to provide, but they have yet to provide. So until they have provided, they are not providers. They are potential providers if they have some money, seem generous, and interested in you. If they haven't provided within the first week or two, they are not going to be providers. Okay, so dismiss them. Their time is up. On to the next. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. And definitely don't roll around on the mattress with them if they have not made sure your life is easier financially. They have not invested in you tremendously. You don't need to be even thinking about that. Okay. You said how to stop overeating when you go out to eat all the time. Eat before you go out. Then order something small. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Eat something healthy before you go out. Then order something small. And don't finish it. You ain't paying for it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Take it, order a small portion. Okay. Someone says a protein shake. That's a good idea. You're a 24 female and got introduced to an older man through your friend. We got along, told my close guy friend I am cute and he's interested, but he hasn't texted even though he has my Instagram. Okay, let me read this again. Okay. Well, be patient. Sprinkle, sprinkle. We're not desperate. We're not looking for people to text us. If they do, they do. They don't, they don't. A prize is never desperate. So just keep it moving, keep posting, keep looking cute, keep dating other people. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Not everybody who's introduced to another person is going to feel the same way about them. They may talk, they may but they may not reach out. They may want you to chase and you're not the one. So continue living. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Valenti. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or Valenti. Thank you, girl. He says, sounds like he wants you to chase. Yeah, Scarlett says he wants you to chase. Don't chase that man. Just look good and make him thirsty and he'll come find you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said you want to eat. Well, then eat. Some women are going on too many dates because they have a roster and they can't be eating at fancy restaurants every day and maintaining their waistline. So if you don't want to be one of those people that have a date every night of the week and then start, looking like you eating every night, like at fine dining, just order something small. Have a salad before you go on your date or eat before you go on your date. Order something small. That's literally it. Okay. Someone says don't eat until you go on the date. Yeah, maybe that's your only meal for the day if you're trying to maintain or lose weight or something. What if he doesn't want a joint bank account? Then have him put direct deposit into your bank account every month. Say, okay, we don't need a joint bank account, but make sure you deposit in this much money in my personal account every month. All right. He probably just don't want you to see what he's doing on his own bank account or his credit cards or whatever. Or he doesn't want you taking his money and spending it. So make sure he just gives you a certain amount every month into your own bank account. Okay. Wonderful. Who cares? Make sure he still give you money. I wouldn't want no joint bank account because I'm not going to be depositing anything in it anyway. Just put the money in mine. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, you're a teacher. You work 8 to 5. Want to quit? You have a provider. Okay, make sure he gives you enough money, to, in your savings so that you feel comfortable quitting. And that keep all your credentials up so that at any time you can go back or start a business or do whatever you need to do if you choose to. All right, wonderful. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said a man tell you that you look like a woman that has 5 boyfriends at the same time. I'm literally single. What does that mean? It means go get 5 boyfriends, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And then you probably won't be single for long. Wonderful. That man can see something in you. Go fulfill the prophecy. If you had 5 boyfriends, you probably wouldn't be dating him now, would you? Because you probably have enough going on and more money, and he probably wouldn't even qualify after that point, now would he? All right. Go get your 5 boyfriends. Get all your bills paid, have the savings, start a business with all of the money that they're going to be giving you. Men used to tell me stupid stuff like that all the time, and I had to listen. One man told me when I used to be a career woman working in the funeral industry, one man told me that I was too pretty to be working, and that if I was his woman, I wouldn't have to work, and that he would pay all my bills. And I was too pretty to be working. Why are you over here working? You too pretty. And then this is what I came up with. Too pretty to pay bills. Okay, I took it, flipped it, switched it, made some money off of it. Made a whole nother career out of being too pretty to have that career. All right. He was right. I was. I looked too good to be paying bills. So listen to these dudes. They be telling you. Okay, you look like you got about 5 boyfriends. Go get some. Go get you 5 boyfriends. See what happens. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said men say anything to you. You believe nothing. Okay. And whatever they saying, it needs to be beneficial. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. See, y'all are, someone says she would be on the money making. That's so true. Because y'all are thinking one dimensionally. Y'all are just thinking about Prince Charming and Happily Ever After, when you need to be thinking about the castle, the guards, the family jewels, the crown jewels. Y'all be thinking about just the stupid prince. What's in the castle? What's behind them doors? With them guards guarding? Okay, why everybody want the prince? For what's behind them doors that the guards are guarding? The money. Be more than one dimensional when it comes to these types of relationships. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can't expect a fairy tale without a kingdom. Ha ha ha. That's right. And don't let people waste your time giving you false hope and promises. As a woman, if they're not paying, they're not staying. Okay. They already know that. Best, what dust settles and dust mites pile up. Okay, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, yeah, we ain't letting nobody waste our time. No, don't do it. It's not worth it. Hi, Shira, you have provider, and he told me that he can't be as active for me, but I'm the only one he provides for. Should I stay with him? Um, okay, well, what's more important to you? Rolling around on the mattress or money? That's what you're gonna have to decide. Maybe you can have one on the side that he don't know about. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the best news to some women, baby. That's like hitting the jackpot for some women. So you gotta understand what you want. You want money? You want to roll around on a mattress. You can roll on around on a mattress with somebody else in the future, or you could think about all the times if you have rolled around on the mattress prior to him. Or y'all can go to the y'all can go online and go shopping for some stuff, and y'all can roll around on the mattress with some help from some other things. But money will find a way. You said that's the ideal situation to me. Exactly, girl. You said meaning he has other girls. What? He told me that he can't be exclusive. I thought you meant like active, period. Okay, good for him. And you can't be either. You can't be exclusive to him either. You can only be exclusive to his money. And you know what? If you don't even want him, then it won't even matter if you don't want to roll around on the mattress with him. It won't even matter if he's rolling around on the mattress with other women. Because say, okay, that's fine. Just give me the money. Shoot, we ain't got to roll around on the mattress at all. That way, you don't even have to worry about being exclusive sexually because we ain't even gonna be sexual. Tips on becoming more feminine. You're a little pudgy, growing your hair and putting more effort into my appearance overall. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wear feminine colors or dress in dresses. Keep your nails done. Make sure your toes are done. Moisturize. Smell good. Do as much as you can for self-care. Make sure your skin is nice. Make sure it's taken care of. Do all the self-care and all those types of things. Okay. Wear clothing that looks good on your body type. And don't pay for nothing. That's very feminine. Make sure people are paying for you everywhere you go. Play dumb. That's another thing. Men love to teach women that they think are dumb. So it gives an opportunity to talk to you when you ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. Play dumb. Look good. Smell good. Dress for your body type. Self-care all the way. Smile. All right, there you go. Don't reach in your purse when you're in the presence of a grown man. Wonderful. You said the moment you feel bad for a man, you're doomed. Exactly. Don't do it. Always talk them up. Like, well, I know you'll figure it out. You're so smart. You're strong. Don't ever try to help them. Never. And think about this. When they do figure it out, when they do pull through, when they do get it together, they're going to be so proud of themselves instead of resenting you for having to help them in their moment of, being down, and then their ego is bruised and embarrassed now, and they feel like less than a man in front of you. So never help them. They can go ask their mama. That's what their mama for. But just say, I know you'll figure it out. I know you'll do it. You're a strong man. Okay. They will resent you for helping them in the future. So don't ever do it. I'll ask Pygmisha. She know. Pygmishas know. Pygmishas will definitely attest to that. She'll be like, you right. Ask some former Pygmishas that will never repeat that. They'll tell you too. Ask Barbara the Builder. Fancy Fly says exactly. She will attest to the same thing. Should you offer your card for dinner or sometimes to be nice? He's 36 plus, but super hot. I'm 25. Man, then you must be super ugly. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I know you a troll because this ain't even correct. If you're 25 and busted, ma'am, you probably are gonna pay. But that's what we call pick me show over here. So yeah. Y'all are silly. Okay. Yeah, if he's super hot, man, pull out your credit card. Does it say pick me show on that credit card? Then you on the right track. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all know that's a troll, just trolling for attention. Because there ain't no way. You ever been texting and like autocorrect is not helping you and you keep typing it wrong because of your nails? And you said something that's not appropriate but thought it was appropriate. You're so glad you caught it before you hit send. Okay. All right. That just happened, literally. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to wrap this up, but thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. If y'all are trying to ask me questions in private, join the Patreon tier 2 and up, and you'll be able to message me if you join tier 2 and up. There's my Patreon link. It's also linked in the description bar. What questions should you be asking on the first date? You shouldn't really be interviewing men on the first date. They should be talking about themselves and just keep asking them about themselves. Like whatever they're talking about, just keep asking them and dragging it on. Like, oh, really? That's impressive. So, da da da. I keep putting it back to them. And then keep complimenting them on their accomplishments, whatever it is they're bragging about. The less they know about you, the more mysterious you are, and the more they're going to want to go out with you again. If you are an open book and you talk too much and you ask too many questions, like an interview style date, they're going to be bored with that because that's what they experience date after date after date. So you need to ask them about themselves more than you talk about yourself. And it doesn't need to be an interview. It needs to be that you're impressed with everything that they just told you and you want to know more about what they just told you. So they can literally just sit there and talk about themselves most of the time. And when a man gets to talk about himself most of the time, he thinks you're interested in all those things and that you're impressed by all those things. He's more likely to want to date you again because of how you made him feel about himself and his accomplishments and how impressive that he is. You literally just buttered him up. So that the next date, he's all, feeling himself and feels good in your presence. And you can probably start asking him for stuff at that point. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. But no interview dates. If you ask him how his day went and what did he do today, if he really wants to impress you, he's going to incorporate all the stuff that he does every day. And you can definitely tell the difference between a rich man's day and a poor man's day. Exactly what he's going to explain to you of what he did that day. So for example, well, hi, how are you? What did you do today? How was your morning? If he says he got up, hit snooze, clocked in, got yelled at by his boss, he probably ain't got too much money. If he says, oh, I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, went to the gym, worked out, checked my emails, traded a few stocks, walked the dog, went for lunch. Then I had to go and run a few errands, I had to wait for the person to come to my house and, clean the fireplace, whatever. You're going to get a lot of details with what a man does in a whole day versus what do you do for a living? How much do you earn? Where do you work? Where did you go to school? You're going to get a lot more information if you just ask a man what he did. Mm-hmm. So learn the correct way to ask stuff so it doesn't seem like an interview and you can gather way more information that way. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, CW, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My kind of conversation. That's right. And if you want a follow-up question, after you asked them what they did today, you say, oh, that sounds wonderful. I love like that's such a productive day. You're so like, when do you go? Like, when do you find time for vacation? Then they'll tell you about their last vacation. You can see where they went, you know? Then after that, you're like, oh, I would love to go travel like that. That's awesome. You're so nice, Oh, then you can like, it's like, well, you know what? What do you like on the menu? This all looks so good. What kind of like what kind of wine do you think we should get or recommend? They go for the expensive wine. You know they got money. Period. Now you know how much to ask for. Been feeling like $1,000,000 since your last video. I needed that. Thank you. Thank you, free agent girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get your money up and get your self-esteem up. They go hand in hand. Get your self-value up, your money up, your self-esteem up, level up. The caliber of man that you've entertained, make sure that's up too. Okay. What does it mean when he starts excusing himself for not texting faster, even when you didn't question him? That means that's guilt. Or maybe the last relationship he had, he was bad with that. So he feels like he has to explain himself, or he's busy texting other women. It could be either one. All right. Please give us some ways to ask for money on the second date. You got to start insinuating that you need something from day one, whether it's dropping hints or clues. So, that way they'll just offer it to you. But if they're ugly and gross and they're going to say yes, just ask straight up. Just like, you know what? I really had a good time tonight. And I just, I took the time out to come out with you. But I really should have been doing A, B, C, and D, because I really should have been like trying to go to my mom's or my sister's because, they offered me this much money to babysit their kids and I really needed that money. But I am so glad I chose to go out on a date instead. If you're young, that works if you're young. If you're old and if you're out there babysitting to make ends meet, that ain't gonna sound right. But if you're an older woman, you can use work instead if you have a job. Because like, you know what? I really was getting ready to do some a little extra work that, the company offers, to do in your spare time to earn a little extra money. But I'm so glad that I decided to go out on a date with you tonight. This is much more worth it. Now I got to make up for it and figure out, a few things, but, it was so worth it. You're such a breath of fresh air. And I could tell that you're a very kind and generous man. And, it was well worth it to meet someone like you. Basically throw it out there that you could have been making money, but you decide to stay here, look at his chew food across the table from you. And he may offer you, oh, well, how much were you going to make? Or how much do you need? Or, that's so nice of you. And, da, da, da. So, yeah, definitely make it seem like you're missing out on money by sitting across the table from them. That's literally it. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said it could be both. Yeah, could be both. So anyway, thank y'all. I'm getting ready to go. Definitely check out the Patreon tier 2 and up if y'all want to write and ask me questions. I just answered all the questions that were sent to me prior to this live. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing today or tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for everybody sending me cash app. Appreciate y'all. I see y'all soon. Bye.